educational links with London and the UK. We're collaborative. Our high density of diverse and digitally advanced consumers. Here in the city, we see around 1,000 new startups each year. 25% in financial. For joining us and speaking to us this evening.
The foundation of Britain's security is NATO, but it's simply not sustainable to expect one NATO ally to spend nearly 4% of GDP on defence, while the others spend between 1% and 2%. So for these and other reasons, I believe it's time for the next strategic defence and security review to ask whether, over the coming decade, we should decisively increase the proportion of GDP we devote to defence. Any additional funds would, of course, need to be for new capabilities and not simply plugging gaps. And our aim, as ever, would be to deter and avoid the horror of war in the knowledge that strength is the surest guarantee of peace.
So that we take everyone with us, helping those not yet in work, as well as those in work, to access and transition into.
But the threat picture, so dramatically reduced at the end of the Cold War, has changed markedly. We are in a multipolar world without the assurance provided by unquestioned American dominance. We face a more aggressive Russia and a more assertive China. We simply don't know what the balance of power in the world will be in 25 years' time. And at the same time, the nature of warfare is changing. The conflicts of tomorrow could well start with a cyber attack, then escalate into precision strikes by hypersonic missiles, followed by swarms of unmanned aircraft. The new domains of space and cyber and the immense capability of artificial intelligence will transform the conduct of warfare. With Brexit, British politics has certainly not been dull. Mind you, our greatest constitutionalist, Walter Bagehot, would have been most disappointed. Let's start with Brexit itself. In 2016, the British people were given their voice and they used it. You tell us, they told the political establishment, that we are a great democracy. Now we're going to find out if that's true, because we've just asked you in a democratic referendum, one you said you'd respect, to do something most of you are dead against. Then the test got even tougher when the government was deprived of its majority. And now those same voters and the rest of the world are waiting to see if Britain, the home of parliamentary democracy, will pass that test. And pass it we must by leaving the EU cleanly and properly. To do so is to live up to a democratic promise, and to fail would betray the promise of a democracy. And it would also fail the values that Britain has always stood for. How could we defend democracy on the international stage if a large part of our population believes we're ignoring it at home?